always a privilege to be able to come here to St. Catharines and see the incredible work that's underway, whether it's the rejuvenation of St. Paul Street, whether it's the incredible amenities that are coming back to St. Catharines. And I know that St. Catharines is one of those places when I'm in the GTA, when I'm at Queen's Park and I speak with people about Niagara and I speak with them about the opportunities that exist here in Niagara region, the burgeoning industry that's coming to our community, and the incredible amenities that we have, the incredible quality of life. People tell me all the time, I drove through St. Catharines the other day and I want to live there, I want to move there. And you know, the reality is there's so many people coming to our province who want to come to Niagara. They understand the incredible opportunities that exist here. They see St. Catharines as a shining example of those opportunities, but they need to have homes to be able to move here. And we know that all of us want more neighbors. We want to see more people moving to our communities, to raise families, to participate in the workforce here, to contribute in so many important ways to our local culture, our local economy, and to give back to the communities that they come to know and love. But we need, again, to make sure that people have the housing opportunities in order to make that happen. So I'm very pleased today to be joined by someone who has been a fierce advocate, a strong fighter for those who are seeking to enter into the housing market, those who are ensuring that they want to get that dream of home ownership. He has been working tirelessly since not just his time at Queen's Park, but also before that, working with the federal government to make sure that more and more opportunities exist for new Canadians, for young families, for those who are perhaps looking to downsize and get into a different kind of home. And so I'm very pleased to welcome today someone who is going to share some good news about what St. Catharines has been doing. A friend of mine and a friend of Niagara's, the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, Paul Calandra. Welcome to
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sam, and thank you, Mayor. It is very, very good to be here, and I've been very pleased to see our colleague from Queen's Park, MPP Stevens, here as well. I think it's safe to say we disagree on a lot of things, but we do agree on the fact that we have to build more homes across the province of Ontario. We disagree on what kind, or how, where, when. But she's always been a fierce advocate for your community as well, so I'm sure you're every bit as proud of her as I am to work with her at Queen's Park. So thank you for being here. Again, and thank you, Sam. It seems like we're in Niagara all the time. There is just so much happening in and around the region. It's actually quite remarkable, frankly. Hospitals, long-term care, hospice has been something that's been very important to you. And Sam has been an incredible champion for you at Queen's Park. Got a very good team working on your behalf at Queen's Park, and of course, Mayor, I get to meet a lot of mayors, obviously, and a lot of councillors. And Mayor Siscoe has been not only a very fierce champion on behalf of your community and all of Niagara, but somebody that is not afraid to give me advice, and I mean that very, very sincerely. Not afraid to give me advice, not afraid to tell me if we're going on the wrong path. Stands up very vigorously for your community, and somebody that I turn to when I need advice. I joke with the mayor; he's probably forgotten more than I know at this point, and I can't thank you enough, Mayor. Your counsel has been very, very, very much appreciated. Look, obviously you know why we're here. It's a big, huge check, $2.3 million. That is a very, very good sum, and it recognizes the fact that St. Catharines is doing what it takes to get shovels in the ground to build more homes for the people in your community. As Sam talked about, there are so many people that want to come not only to Niagara but to Ontario. We're seeing millions of people wanting to make that trek to Ontario because it offers so many people a chance at a better life. And to keep up with that, we're having to build more homes as quickly as we possibly can. The Building Faster Fund recognizes that. I've been saying, Mayor Siscoe, one of the great things, one of the reasons I'm so excited to be here at St. Catharines is because the Mayor has recognized that it is all types of housing that we need in order to ensure that we can meet the goals of the people of the province of Ontario. But as we often say, it is one thing to build homes, it's one thing to get shovels in the ground. The BFF, the Building Faster Fund, though, recognizes the fact that we need to do more on getting the services in the ground so that you can get houses on top of it. And it's a reflection of the fact that we've heard from you, Mayor, and from mayors across Ontario, that we need to do more on infrastructure if we're going to build not only hundreds of homes, but thousands of homes across the province of Ontario, because that ultimately is our goal. Our goal is to build 1.5 million homes across the province of Ontario. Every part of the province is going to pitch in and help us meet that goal. And why do we need to meet that goal? Because we have, as I said, thousands of people who want to come to this province. We have thousands of jobs that remain to be filled, and we have people we need to invite here to contribute to help us build a bigger, better, stronger province of Ontario. But it also is an understanding that we have that it doesn't matter what rules we might eliminate, it doesn't matter the policies that we put in place. If the infrastructure is not on the ground, sewer and water, it is very, very hard for St. Catharines and communities like St. Catharines to meet the targets that we have set for them. The other thing that we're constantly hearing, of course, is the cost of doing that. Many in the development community have talked about the high interest rates and the impact that is having on them and their ability to get shovels in the ground. And more importantly, we're hearing from residents, from individuals who want to buy their first home, who want to get into the market for the first time, and the impact that high interest rates are having on their ability to do so. So there are a lot of challenges that we face, but in communities like St. Catharines, and communities like Peterborough and Stouffville, Brampton, Toronto, these are communities that are removing obstacles, that are understanding the challenges that we face to get shovels in the ground. They are not deterred by those obstacles, and that is why we are here today to support them with a check of over $2.3 million to not only recognize the work that they have done to get shovels in the ground, but more importantly, to help put more infrastructure in the ground so that they can not only meet but exceed your targets in the years ahead. So thank you very much. I can't again thank you enough. You're very lucky in this community to have a mayor who has been so gracious with his time and so gracious with his advice. Members of Provincial One who just seems to suck all the money out of Queen's Park. The city of hospitals, long-term care that are happening in this community. Everybody's talking about Niagara. It is a very good thing to hear that what we have all known for so long and now hearing so many people talk about it. And of course, even when we're on the opposite aisle, we all have the same interest at hand, and that is making our province a better place to live, work, invest, and to raise a family. And again, thank you so much, Mayor. I can't thank you enough for everything that you've done. And with that, I'll introduce you to your, well, not introduce you, I'll ask your Mayor to come up and say a few words. Thanks again.
Good morning, everybody. I will say I could get used to announcements like this. I'm so happy to be here today with my provincial colleagues, the Honourable Paul Calandra, the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, and MPP Sam Oosterhoff, as well as MPP Jenny Stevens, to be present for the announcement that the city will be receiving funding through the province's Building Faster Fund for the number of housing starts we reached in 2023. I'm joined today by Deputy Mayor Bill Phillips, as well as Councillor Dodge, Councillor Townsend, Councillor Lindell, Councillor Garcia. I saw Councillor McPherson and Councillor Ratzlaff as well. I thank them. It's a Monday morning and they were able to make it out, so I sincerely appreciate them being here. This is fantastic news for the city of St. Catharines. And it builds on our pledge to achieve or exceed the provincial housing target of 11,000 homes that we set last year to be built by 2031. To build more housing, the city has to build more infrastructure to support our residents, as the Minister mentioned. Transportation and servicing infrastructure may not seem exciting, but they're absolutely vital pieces to the housing puzzle that's going to connect our neighborhoods and our communities. We all know there's a housing crisis. It's affecting many cities across the country, and home ownership has become increasingly difficult to imagine for many Canadians, especially young families and newcomers. The Building Faster Fund is going to help the city support us with the resources we need to accelerate the infrastructure improvements which are essential for us to address that housing crisis. With 30% of Niagara's region's population calling our city home and unparalleled accessibility to major urban centers, St. Catharines is a desirable location for both current and future residents. But as an older city with natural limitations, such as the waterfront, the greenbelt, prime agricultural land, growth will have to occur through both infill and intensification efforts. Urban sprawl has long been a dead issue here in St. Catharines. It's a concept that our policy planning team and our support staff, along with council, has upheld. We've embraced very permissive land use policies to make sure that housing can get built. Our primary focuses remain affordability, sustainability, housing diversity, the aging population, and a balanced approach to accommodate the different income levels and housing options. I want to thank the provincial government for their collaboration with cities in addressing the housing crisis. The city will use these funds to tackle our infrastructure obstacles, allowing the development community to sustain the momentum in constructing housing within St. Catharines. I also want to take this opportunity to thank our staff who are here, and I saw Planning Director Tammy Kate, especially her team in planning and building services for the work they've done using all the funding that's come through, but specifically the Streamlined Development Fund over the last couple of years from the provincial government, which has allowed us to change a lot of the processes that happen here at City Hall to make it easier for developers to get shovels in the ground. We'll continue to support their efforts through the dollars, not just with the Building Faster Fund, but further dollars on the levy to make sure that this city remains a place where people want to build and where housing gets built. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Worship, and thank you, Minister, for sharing good news with more funding for the City of St. Catharines. This concludes the formal portion of our announcement this morning.